Week 1, Thursday night football. Cowboys at the Bucs. Bucs favored by 8. Total is 51. Few stats just want to give out. Looks like the Cowboys 9-10 against the spread as a road dog under since Dak Prescott has been the quarterback. 2-3 is in the season debut under Dak Prescott. 23, 28-2 non-division games. We know the Bucs coming off the Super Bowl win, but Bruce Arians 2-5 in season openers, 18, 20-2. Bruce Arians is a home fave. So stats don't necessarily back them, but got Brady, the Bucs, Super Bowl champs. Rome, what do you feel about this game? Bucs -8 versus the Cowboys, total 51.
Bucks -8. Line opened at 6 earlier this summer, and I think the money now coming in on the Bucks shows obviously people are believing in the Super Bowl champions and their ability to repeat and come out strong starting the year off with 22 returning starters of the 22 that were there last year. So I think the stakes are pretty high on the Bucks, so lots of pressure on them, not too much pressure on the Cowboys coming in here. So I'm leaning Bucks in this game, but I'm leaning Bucks for a reason opposite of the obvious reasons as the Bucks return those starters. It's really because Dak Prescott hasn't had too many snaps in preseason, and then you get the news just a couple of days ago about Zach Martin out with COVID, so he's probably not going to play. And so now you got an offensive line already going into week 1 that's not 100%, and a quarterback that hasn't taken more than 10 snaps or any snaps in the preseason. He also tweaked his shoulder in camp, so we're not sure if that's going to be up to par. So I think, Dallas, I've been big on them all offseason talking about how they should be able to win the NFC East. I think that'll be a thing. It'll be a classic Dallas Cowboys season where they have to, they go through their lumps and whatnot, and they end up, 10-7 or 11-6. But I don't see them coming out week 1 being as strong as they should be here against the Super Bowl champions. Like I said, they have all the continuity that they need on defense and on offense, and then you got the Cowboys here with Dan Quinn. What are they going to do defensively? That's something that's going to take some time to mesh. We know Micah Parsons has had a outstanding preseason in the few snaps that he's had, but is that defense going to be better than what it was last year? We talked about the Cowboys. Ball security was a big thing for them last year. All these small things that all equivalent to being a good football team are the things that the Dallas Cowboys need to improve on. Those are all the things that we saw from the Bucs last year as they won the Super Bowl. So I like laying the 7.5. I'm actually more comfortable laying at 7.5 than I would be a 7. 7.5 says they're two possessions better than this football team, and I believe that at this point in the season, specifically week 1 with Dak Prescott not having too many snaps in that preseason.
All right, so you like or lean with the Bucs?
I like it. I already played it at 7, so it's up to 7.5. I think you might have mentioned 8, but I see
8. Yeah.
Yeah, I see 7.5 at a lot of shops. So I mean, if you get that 7.5, I would take it. Obviously, catching that hook. But I like the Bucs here. I like them up to 8, and I would lay it at 8.
All right, so Rome likes the Bucs minus the 8. He played it already at the 7, but we can't go through the history. It's now at 8, but he likes it still at 8. Soundman, how do you feel about this one? Bucs -8.
As I was looking for the virtual background, let me get out of this. No, I love it actually. We can insert my drop here for the Brady drop. We can do that here. I knew this game a while ago. I think this is gonna be like a 38, maybe like 13 type of game, and Dallas scores
38-17. Give them 17.
Something like that. But I think they're gonna score something late that'll make it look a little bit better than what it was. But these guys are about to get blown out. I watched the Hard Knocks. Doesn't seem like these guys, the Cowboys, obviously, I don't like them, but it doesn't seem like they did anything to address their huge issues to me, which was their secondary. All they did was draft Micah, and they're holding them back in the preseason and all that. So, who knows what the defense is going to look like. As Rome said, this guy Dak hasn't been throwing. I think he'll be fine, but it's still like, there's no continuity out there. And then you just go over to the good side of the football team, the Bucs. This Bama has brought everybody back. As we all know, continuity is amazing. It was the one game they played against the Texans, and they just went down and drove and scored mad easy in the preseason. I'm like, okay. I'm looking at Dallas on Hard Knocks, and I'm like, these guys are going to get blown out on Tuesday or Thursday, and it's going to be welcome back to football, man. Let's have fun. Let's get our rings and all that. I'd love whatever number it was. 38-13, man. It's over for these Cowboys. I would love the 7. Take the 7 here. I love the Bucs here, man.
All right, Keys. So if you don't know that sound, man, that's the fan with his Washington football team hoodie on now as we speak. Keys, how do you feel about this game? Bucks -8, total 51.
I definitely strong lean with the -8. I like the 6 that it opened at, as Rome was saying. And I love putting this on a teaser though at the 8, teasing it down to 1. That I love that. But yeah, I definitely like it for the similar reasons of what Rome pointed out. Is you're betting against literally the Super Bowl champion versus, at best a contender this year, but on paper and definitely something that is unproven. An injured quarterback coming back for the first time. It's just when you talk about betting money on it, it's just like I don't really see the case for betting with the Cowboys in this spot. If anything, if you are a Cowboys believer this year and you want to stay away, I can see that as well. Like fan the opposite way. You know what I mean? Like, but I definitely don't see how you can bet against Brady in this spot. Just they're getting a number as if they are a contender, and most people are expecting them, hoping for them to be, but you just don't know. They were the last team we saw was definitely not a contender out there. So it's definitely what everyone's going to be looking for. So it's a big game this weekend, but in terms of betting, you go Brady here, or you just stay away, in my opinion.
Yeah, I kind of agree with your last sentence there a lot. I'm actually leaning with the Cowboys plus the 8 points. I think, it's obviously a lot of points. Opening night, everybody's pretty much, coming in the season healthy besides Dak, I guess you can say. But, I just think that, like I said, it's a lot of points. We talk about this Bucs team who struggled last season on primetime, like in primetime games. I don't know what it was. But I remember betting with them a couple times, and I was like, no, I ain't doing that shit again on prime time. Not with the Bucs. I don't know what it is. So I just don't know. I feel like there could be, some distractions with getting your ring. There's a lot of emotion in that. Family, could be, in the stands. I know the fans are back. So, you got to get tickets for that. Stuff like that. Kind of can be like a little bit of a hangover of the Super Bowl. And I gave you guys a stat earlier in this off season, but what is it? So since 2011 Super Bowl champions favored by 6 points or more in week 1 are 5-10 against the spread. I think that does have something to do with just that Super Bowl hangover and getting your, ring night, all of that good stuff. I think the only team that did not play at home after they won the Super Bowl was maybe the Ravens that one random year.
2000?
No, it was like 20 when they won again. So
yeah,
I think they didn't start in the at home that year. So I just think that it's going to be a lot involved into it. I think this Cowboys team can score. I know Dak isn't quote unquote like healthy, but I'm not. This isn't a 17-week bet. It's a 1-game bet. I think he's going to put up the ball. I can see a CD Lamb breaking out with a touchdown, a long touchdown. Suddenly they're up 7-0, and maybe I feel like I got plus 8 points here. So I'm going to lean with the plus 8.
Total. I mean, the total, it opened at 53. Now it's down to 52, 51 in some books. William Hill has it at 50.
I think that's a reaction to the Dak, arm thing, like his arm was tired or whatever, but I just think in one game, he's been, hasn't really, played in a game in a while. I just think he'll put up the stats in this one, especially the pass attempts if they need be. So I'll probably go over that 51 actually.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like you like the Cowboys in terms of, being able to cover the number. You don't think they have much of a chance to win this ball game outright, do you?
I think they have a chance. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm not gonna, I think they have an opportunity. Yeah, I think they have a chance.
Well, my question was more so, do you think they'll be able to cover? Or do you think they'll be able to win? And with that answer, I was gonna go, if you don't think they'll be able to win, where's the first half Bucs line, and why don't you feel more confident playing that rather than catching 8?
Correct. Yeah, and I do think they could possibly win. Like I feel like we've seen games like this where everybody's just kind of like, oh yeah, it's this way, and then it's just like, oh damn, like oh yeah, we didn't see that one coming. So I feel like I've seen stuff like this in the past. I'm not saying the Cowboys are going to win, but I definitely lean with the plus 8 rather than lean with the Bucs having a win by 2 possessions. So.
Right. And I think that just goes back to my point as to why I'm more confident laying that number now, because for that line to get there, obviously the Bucs believe that, to have split money on both sides, that, somebody believes that the Bucs can win by 2 possessions to get that line even up to 7.5, which is the 2 possession mark. So
Yeah, and their Cowboys' best offensive lineman has been ruled. Or I don't think he's officially been ruled out yet, but it doesn't look like he's going to play Zach Martin.
right.
So yeah. So is that what was that 3 likes? 3 likes on the Bucs minus
it's a
8?
like, it's already been played for me. So
3 likes on the Bucs minus 8. I lean with the Cowboys plus the 8. As far as the total, I lean on the over. What do you guys? As far as the total?
I don't have anything for the total.
All right, nothing.